So we saw some of the Life Hunt episodes on the television show, and when we started watching it, really we just wanted to see what kind of adaptive equipment you guys used to give ideas to us for how to better help Courtney. And you couldn't help but be encouraged by the stories and the kids' success, and so when we were done watching that first episode, I looked over at her and I said, "Hey," I said, "is this something you'd want to apply for?" And she's like, "Yeah, let's try." And we printed off the application real quick, sent it in. It wasn't 3 days later that Mr. Hart called and said that Courtney had been awarded a hunt. And as he told it, he had just worked out that morning the use of this property of the Jeffords here in Oklahoma, and then that afternoon opened the mail and there was an application for a kid from Oklahoma. And so I just think that God's hand just worked out that timing perfectly, and we're real thankful for it.
Push the button. That's all there is to it.
Courtney has osteogenesis imperfecta type 4, and what that means for her is she breaks her bones very easily. And so for her to have the opportunity to use this equipment that allowed her to use just a quality rifle, do everything in an ethical manner, but also not have to worry about injuring herself, it really changed the hunt for her. Courtney didn't have to have that fear of what's about to happen. She got to focus on the excitement of what was happening. And so we're just so thankful for all the gear that Buckmasters brought out and provided, and the opportunity that she had because of that equipment.
Well, I know if I had to choose between her shooting Larry right now, I'd choose her.
Courtney is our youngest daughter. We have an older daughter, Grace Ann, that does not have the same condition, the same genetic condition that Courtney has. And so the Jeffords were incredibly gracious when Courtney was awarded this hunt through Buckmasters. The landowners said, "Well, bring your older daughter too if she likes to hunt. We'll get her set up."
Perfect. Send the orange with the black. You're good.
My wife and I, we're givers, is the term I use. And when you can have access and you can help another human, it's just the right thing to do. We also have the philosophy of you take care of the land, it will provide. We also have the term that I wish more people would, and lots of people do, is just respect, whether it be for an individual, respect for the land, or respect for the wildlife. We have managed the herd just by looking at genetics. We do use trail cameras to help us identify what we have out there, and we have just worked very diligently to this time and have taken many youth kids hunting. We originally wanted disabled vets, and now we branched into disabled youth. And we've sponsored a number of scout troops in the area with the help of the Creek Nation, who was very helpful. And just a pristine place is the goal here, and we have accomplished that.
We got out in the woods, and between the two girls, I think they saw over 20 deer that first night. Had a big old boar come into one of them. Courtney got to see it, and I don't think she's ever been out in the woods to see a wild hog before. And so we saw just an abundance of wildlife. And this is a special weekend. This being a youth weekend, it's only kids that are allowed to come hunt deer this weekend, and that's a pretty neat opportunity too, to give them the opportunity to have first crack at harvesting some animals is a big deal. So. When we woke up this morning, the weather had dropped from high 70s, low 80s, down into the 40s. We got out here before daybreak and got to see the stars, and as soon as the sun first peeked over the horizon, there were deer in the field already. And within just that first hour, probably, we saw several doe come in, and then here come Courtney's buck. The problem was he come to the wrong side of the blind. So we had to get rearranged in the blind, which the Jeffords have built incredible blinds here with lots of room, and so it wasn't a problem. We got her turned around, and about the time we got her turned around, two more big old beautiful deer come out of the woods. And so she had her pick of three really nice bucks.
Push the button.
We can't thank you enough for wanting to do a live hunt for Courtney. Pretty special.
You are most welcome, and Courtney, I'm really proud that you got this thing. I truly am.
This weekend for us was challenging. Courtney lost her grandpa just 2 days before we came, and we knew he would want her to hunt, and so we came.
It's very special wearing his coat.
That is awesome. And whose jacket is that again?
My grandpa, but we call him Poppy.
There you go. I think he was with us this morning, young lady. That's good stuff.
Made a beautiful shot on that deer. He didn't hardly go nowhere. And while we were in the woods finding him and walking up on the deer, here come Grace and Gene. And Grace was ear to ear. She had also got just an incredible buck this morning. These sisters, they doubled up on him this morning and doubled up on a pair of incredible bucks. And as dad, I just couldn't be more thankful, and I couldn't be more proud of my girls.
We got a good shot on him, and we got him down.
The sharing of your property when you can that is part of the giving. And when you do this, you're going to be rewarded in many ways that you will not understand. We have been blessed. There is no doubt about it. And all of a sudden, after all these years, rewards are now coming to us. It's humbling when you get the feeling where you see how they are impacted by this. And it's just a fact of nature that I personally believe in is when we give, you will receive. And you cannot put any number on it. You cannot put any dollar figure on it. It's just doing what we know is what's right, respecting each other, and living life with freedom.
We all want the best for our kids. It is just such a blessing to know that there are people out there that have those same desires for our kids. We've got experiences that will last a lifetime. We've got memories. We've got a freezer full of meat now that we'll be enjoying for the next year. And so we're just so thankful for the people that have come together to make this happen for Courtney.
Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Jeffords, for an awesome youth hunt weekend.
Thank y'all.